Live and direct. What's going on? VG28. Trying to make this video right and nice. I have my Afro pick in my room. I was gonna go get it, but whatever. So this is the video. My grandma just now, not just now, fuck it. Just now wanted me to come with her and another relative of mine to this gospel concert or this play of revival or something, right? And as she's calling me on the phone and I'm listening, she's like, "Alright, put your clothes, let's go." And I'm like, "Oh shit, like I don't want to go. Like I don't want to go because I don't feel like going. I don't feel like going." I mean, I've been noticing this selfish streak with myself, like things I don't want to do, things I don't want to say, places I don't want to go with people. I don't know why I'm being so selfish. I gotta figure it out. But it's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's just a self-reflection thing. It's a reflection thing. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to go." She's like, "Oh no, I got nowhere else that can go. It's a ticket and stuff. And you gotta." I'm just like, "No, Graham, I don't want to go." And I just went into this dialogue with myself about how, you know, it's it's because I'm thinking to myself, I don't mind. When I was younger, right? When I was younger, and this happened, this scenario happened, played out. Go to church, go to play, go to concert. I'm thinking, okay, there's gonna be some hot church chicks there because there usually is. You know, there's always like two or three hot church chicks. Not hot, but like hotter than it. Like, I mean, that's shallow for me to say, but you know, just better looking above any other girls in their age bracket. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, very well then, and I'm thinking that, but I'm like, no, I don't wanna go, I don't wanna go and be there and want to leave like 30 minutes in, but I can't because my grandma's the only ride here. So I'm like, all right, I'm just thinking about all these things and reasons why I wouldn't want to go. You know, I'm like I self-check myself, like, why didn't you want to go? So I think to myself, right? And excuse me, I I was just like, when it comes to the woman there, because I know the the people who are gonna show up pretty much, right? You know, just took my hair out too. Um, it was gonna be grandmas, possibly mothers. It's Saturday night, so possibly mothers, daughters definitely, nieces, son here and there, probably a nephew. I don't know, could be a nephew there, but mostly the demographic is gonna be, to me, woman or African American woman or black woman or whatever you wanna say, you know, woman, Nubian woman, and I was like, yeah, but like I'm not the type of guy that prowls. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't go like, yeah. I put in my best. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go give me some bitches. Like that's not how I flow. So I may go there and look and go, okay, okay, she's looking. I like her. You know, I like her thighs. I mean, it's not like I'm a predatorial person in that manner. Even if I was going up to them or I'm staying far back, it's just like I keep my distance and I look and I appreciate it and I go, okay, that's good looking or that's not good looking, and you know who's she, and nice smile, and she smiles back at me, cool. But I'm not a hunter, pretty much. Yeah, I should be probably, hunter, males and hunters, females are gatherers, but just in that situation, it's like no, because I find that to be that pocket of woman to be dysfunctional, and this is what I was trying to get to. And this is what I'm leading up to with this video, is that I think personally the way you unlock or help dark skinned woman, black woman, African American woman, Indian woman, and I guess America, just say America as far as I know, I mean America, USA, it's gonna be for a woman to do it. A woman who is not completely logistical, because that's the male engine. The male engine's logistics, logic, and the female engine is emotions. So I was like, the woman can't be too logistical, because then it's just like Hillary Clinton type shit, and you're like, ew. So you don't want to see that. So I'm looking at like that's gonna be type of woman that has a perfect balance or whatever to unlock and um uh help the woman out, because they're dysfunctional. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's I know there's stories out there. I don't got really a list of stories, but I know there's stories out there with these men who do the right thing, abide by these women in church, but these church women aren't looking for the good guy. I've seen this not plenty of times. I've seen this when I was younger, going to church, that the happy guy, the smiley, hey, what's going on? I'm a drummer. And those guys weren't getting any play. Not like play like, pussy, but like just attention from girls at least, especially at a young age. Like girls giving you attention, you feel happy. So those guys weren't getting any play. Those are guys who didn't give a fuck. Who was just like, yeah, just I don't say the thugs, but like guys who were outright who looked like sinners. So the woman go, oh my god, he's a bad boy. So that's the type that I know that gravitates to most of these women. I mean, especially now, the women who are now 20, 21, 23, 24, they're not looking, they like the bad boy type, but now they're kind of like, okay, I need to get settled in. So most of the people I know in my generation, or people I know in my life that are around my age group, have been married. I know about like 3, 4 people from high school got married. I mean, that's not much, but just picture about how much everybody else has married friends or whatever. I don't know, just the statistics, but you know what I'm trying to say. So I'm like, I want to be around that dysfunctionality because I'm a different person, or I have a different mindset, or at least I've learned new things in the past this year. I'm a different tribe from last year's tribe. As much as I may fall into the same pitfalls and hoops with my videos of my life, but I'm still like, okay, this, that, like picked up things. Like I remember things now. Some people will go through life, but they don't remember what happened and what they did and what lessons they learned. They just kind of like go through it. So I don't want to be around that type of crowd with my mind the way it is, because I noticed with the my reception, say if I go to a local church in my neighborhood, that I'm kind of like the guy that just go, oh, look at that new guy over there, hi. And the more they see me, the more uncomfortable they feel. Like, wait a second, we're seeing him a bit too much. Is he a thief? Is he a robber? Okay, he's not clapping, he's not standing up. And I mean, yeah, these things I don't participate in when I go to church, because I feel like it's just this parade, it's this show. As much as it boosts women's and everyone's in their self-esteem and reason to live, it's just to me like a drug. It's an addiction. So every one of there is junkies. So I'm like, okay, and trying to raise their kids up to be junkies. So I'm like, okay, I'll help. I'll hug. Hi, what's going on? But I'm not gonna Bible, whoa, run around the church, pounce on the floor, step on the floor, do the Nixon. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the Nixon in church. You know what I'm trying to say? So all these things I recognize. I'm like, and once they realize that you don't want to participate, you're outcast. And it's the weird. You know what I thought about just now because of the conversation with my grandma? I thought to myself, women have it even worse because it's like a pack. It's like a wolf pack with a woman. They're like, yeah. Like all the women are braiding their hair by the river, cleaning each other off and stuff in the river. You know how women don't do that in America, but you know, the woman gathering at the river, at the pond, and catching water and washing their hair together. Like that's how it is with the church thing. So if you step out and say, you know what, I don't want my hair braided today. I'll get half a bucket of water. I don't really want that much. All of them look at you and go like, what happened? We always braid our hair on Sundays in water. And why are you doing this? Why are you acting out? And you're like, I'm not acting out. You know, I don't like my hair braided. Like you can't have a sense of individuality. Not like you need to, but just you don't feel like it. You're tuned into your feelings, the vibe, the frequency of the world. Sometimes you feel like it, sometimes you don't. That's, you know, oh shit, oh fuck it. I'm not gonna go into it and give you metaphors like I usually do. But just, you know, so for the woman, they have it a little bit harder when it comes to this kind of breaking free thing, because I was thinking to myself, if I went to this concert, this play at a college, at like a, you know, that's what they hold them at, like colleges or gymnasiums or whatever the case may be. Yeah, the little plays and whatnot. And I was thinking to myself, if I met a chick there, and if I really went and said, all right, fuck it, Trav, go out. All right, I went out. It was an hour and 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. And I actually did meet some good girl, like attractive, smart, everything. Pow! What came into my head was, wait a second. What if she goes to the bishop, the pastor, the reverend, whatever the fuck she goes to, whoever she goes to, and she asks him, is he a good pick? What's this? I thought about that. I'm like, I mean, probably I'm exaggerating what she may do. However, that happens where people Go to these people who think like the Pope, like they're the Pope. And, Pope, am I good enough to go to heaven? It's kind of like that, and I'm like, it's not on that grand scale when it comes to these local churches where I live. It's just that that is a possibility. I don't like that. Like I said, it seems as if you think for yourself, it's you're a criminal when it comes to church or religion. Think for yourself, you're a fucking criminal. You should be executed, crucified. You know, that's the weirdest thing is that they're worshiping somebody, or most religions, they worship somebody that's been crucified, so quote unquote, or killed, executed, came back. But you, as an individual, exhibit traits of that Jesus, that um, other I don't know, other religious Jesus guys. Those guys, right? If you exhibit any traits or characteristics of that guy or that person, that entity, in any of these religions, you're kind of outcast. Same in the same way how he was outcast. So it's just the stupidest thing is that you're worshiping an outcast. You're worshiping someone who stood out. However, you stand out, but then you get outcast. So it's like you see the bullshit. I'm not saying people who believe in it are full of shit or bullshit. I'm just saying that that's what I was thinking today. Just bring you into my world of of what I was just thinking just now, because that's how I think. I think about something and then I just create like a dialogue in my head, a discussion in my head, and it just kind of like brings me to new places. So that's what I was thinking. Um, so I think it's gonna take a woman because it's just the dysfunctionality is what I don't like. Is that they're not changing who they are. They're just changing where they worship. That that's not healthy. You know what I'm trying to say? That's really not healthy. It's like saying, okay, I'm not a crackhead anymore. I gamble. I mean, yeah, you're not physically looking fucked up, but you're now psychologically fucking yourself up and financially fucking yourself up. If you're winning at this gambling shit, all right, oh, all right, shit, all right, and then you decide to take breaks every summer from your gambling, fine. I mean, but if you are constantly losing, what does that tell you? So that probably was an off-place metaphor or example, but it's the weirdest thing. I don't know where religion's gonna be. If the earth is still gonna be here, if civilization or human beings are gonna be here in the next 10 years, 15, 20 years, because I think people try kind of like they take their life for granted now, so they think that there's not like you don't think that they're so big and bad, but they go, we're gonna be here in 2020. We're gonna be here in 2030. Like people just kind of take it for granted, so they don't know when's going. That's why I brought that up. You know, if we're ever gonna see the end of religion or a religion, well, actually ends up the religion. Certain religions who have ended, but just what's going on now, if it's gonna end in the next 10 years or some shit. Because I was speaking with my buddy, and and he said the same thing. He's like, at least they say, I think an article or a website by 2050, religion is going to be abolished or religion is going to be no more. And I mean, probably even shorter than that, 2030 possibly. I don't know. And the reason why I say that is because you have the older people, 70, 80, 90. If they go, now you got people who are 60, 50, 40. When they get old, it's like, but people in my age bracket when I go to church are not fist pumping. Like they're not like, get up out of your seats. We're young. We're gonna raise it. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. And I think what adults don't seem to get or seem to get beat out of them as they're a kid, mentally and physically, is that children come into this world pure. They don't need anything. It's the weirdest thing. If God put everything on this planet in you as it was, why does he need to have you get beatings? I mean, like all these things people put in place, these laws and structures that reinforce one another but aren't really healthy, is what people push and push and push. Not even upwards, but downwards. Downwards. All this trickles down. Like, take violence for instance. I mean, it's not. I mean, probably I'm going off, but when I was in what grade was it? I don't want to say sixth grade, seventh grade, but I know when I was in elementary school, junior high school, but also that like my grade was bad, or the upper class was bad, but they weren't bad. But my grade was bad. I'm like, damn, we're bad. And then 7th grade was bad, bad, bad. And I was like, oh my God. Like, it just got worse and worse and worse as it got down. So kids who are 8 looking at people who are 13, they're like, oh my God, all right. Then when they get 13, they top that shit times 5. So it's like, it just, you're enslaving, and that's the true trickle down system, the trickle down theory. I think Ronald Reagan said that shit, or Nixon, somebody. The trickle down theory that I'm probably off, right? I'm just completely wrong. But the trickle down, to me, that's the true trickle down theory, where it's like it gets worse and worse. Because say people at the top, right? There's people at the top. When they take a shit, gravity takes hold. And where you live, down here. So they take a shit up here. It's giant shit. As it tumbles, people under them, a little under them, catch that shit. But people at the bottom catch that glob of big ass shit. So it's just like, oh my God, it's raining shit. Oh my, you can pray the shit away. But who told you to pray the shit away? The people who shitting on you. That's real tricky for your ass. So I think I'll end it here. It's been long enough, but I haven't made a video in a while. So I think people who are subscribed to me, who like my videos, or who like me, or just go with me, will probably enjoy it. Or if not, people who just come to my channel, or anybody coming across a video on this lovely Saturday night will probably appreciate it and comment. So that's about it. I just thought I would just say that. Like I said, bring you to my world. So I'll end it here. Yep. Got bubble wrap. So bubble wrap.